Let me know. Let a nigga know. Let a nigga know. You get hit for the urge. I had your bitch tell me your mama owe me a sick perfume. Low Uzi, I'm just off the shit. Got your bitch on me. She all up on the dick. I'm just so tired of got me bounce. I don't give a motherfucker.
Are the Utah Jazz are true contenders in the West, or are they pretenders? Today we'll be talking about the Utah Jazz being a dark horse in the West and why. Welcome back to Clutch Takes, as it's me, Evan, here only today, since Dan is going to be away this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you watch the video, and also the question of the day for this video will be, are the Utah Jazz a true contender in the West, and how far will they go in the 2020 season? 2 years ago, Gordon Hayward decided to leave the Utah Jazz and go to Boston Celtics in the free agency, which left the Utah Jazz fans and management in shambles as they were expected to rebuild. But since Donovan Mitchell came to save the day and carried them offensively to the playoffs in the 5th seed, they went up against OKC of Paul George and Westbrook and Carmelo Anthony, and they beat them in the first round with a shocking upset and then lost in the second round. But then last year, Donovan Mitchell was expected to regress from the first year, since a lot of players, if they're not like high-end picks, regress, but he stepped up and improved even more, with averaging 3 or 4 more points per game and carrying the Utah Jazz in an even heavier Western Conference to yet again a 5th seed. But this time they got unlucky and had to face the second best team in the West, which was the Houston Rockets. The problem was not defense, since they had a really good defense last year, and they've kept most players defensively on their team, like Gobert won 2 years in a row, and he's one of the best rim protectors in the league. And also Donovan Mitchell is a really good defending 2-guard, and they have a bunch of other good defending role players. But the problem was that it wasn't their defense as it was their offense. And this offseason they spread some magic and signed Bogdanovich, and also added a second option to Donovan Mitchell as Conley. They lost Rubio, but they replaced him with Conley, and Conley is a really good second option for Mitchell. As last year, the Houston Rockets faced them, and Donovan Mitchell was their only scorer. Their offense was very bleak, as Donovan Mitchell was struggling to score at a very efficient rate. Since he was the only scorer, it was easy to defend their team offensively, and he was being triple teamed. So they finally found that second scorer in Mike Conley, and now they have a point guard who is a big improvement from Rubio, as Conley would be an all-star if he was in the East. He's an all-star caliber point guard. He can score, he can shoot the 3, he can defend just as well as Rubio, and he's just a big improvement on the point guard. And also they added Bogdanovich, which when Oladipo went down last year, he averaged 20 points per game. So he's a really good player to have, where he's a really good defender and he can also score. So they gotten 2 reliable scorers in the offseason, which they're both humble and they won't ruin chemistry. So Utah Jazz, the only way is up, because there's no chemistry issues since Conley and Bogdanovich, as I said, I don't think they'll be taking the ball away from Mitchell, but they will be helping him. The big dogs in the West, which is LA, Lakers, and the Clippers, which are the 2 heavy favorites for the West, I think that it's going to be Lakers, Clippers, Golden State, and I think Utah Jazz will be just there with Houston. And I think the Utah Jazz could honestly slip away and actually go really far next year, as they can actually go to the finals. Don't forget to leave a comment answering our question of the day, since there'll be more question of the days coming soon every video. And I hope you guys like the video. See you guys next time.